The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The political alliance that shook West Africa is fracturing, and the raw reality of power has finally surfaced in Senegal. For months, rumors of a deep divide at the very top of the state have filled the streets of Dakar. Observers called it a petty clash of ambitions. They called it a personal rivalry between Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko and the President Bassirou Diomaye Faye. But standing before the National Assembly, Sonko blew the script wide open. He didn't deny the rift. Instead, he reframed it as a fundamental battle over the soul of their political project. This is no longer about two men. It is a test of truth for the entire nation. When Sonko spoke, he aimed directly at the nature of their disagreement. He made it clear that a people do not judge leaders just when they are winning. They judge them when holding power becomes deeply uncomfortable. And when those leaders are forced to choose between convenience and core principles. The foundational question gripping the Faye administration right now isn't just about who is sitting the presidential palace. The real question Sonko is forcing the country to face is a dangerous one. In the name of what, exactly, are they governing?
Today, in this National Assembly, with the responsibility of presiding over it, I fully grasp the seriousness of the historical moment our country is going through. Here I am called to lead the institution directly representing popular sovereignty. Some see it as a crisis, others as a rupture. I see it first as a test of truth for our democracy. Peoples do not judge politicians only on their victories. They judge them especially on their ability to remain faithful to their principles when power becomes uncomfortable. Because there exists a more important question than knowing who governs. This question is, in the name of what does one govern? For several months, our country has seen deep divergences emerge at the top of the state. They have been described as personal rivalries, conflicts of ambition, or power struggles. I do not wish to feed this reductive interpretation. What is at stake goes beyond individuals. What is at stake is the relationship between morality and politics. Aristotle wrote in Nicomachean Ethics that politics is the supreme art because its purpose is the common good, not for the good of a clan, not for the preservation of power for its own sake, but for the good of the city. He also reminded that no city can endure if virtue disappears from those who lead it.
To understand why Sonko is drawing a line in the sand against his own administration, you should have to look at Senegal's history. Sonko deliberately invoked the ghost of Mamadou Dia, the country's first prime minister, who famously clashed with President Leopold Sonko right after independence. The parallel is unmistakable. They are warned decades ago that no national transformation can survive if the people at the top begin to confuse the state's interests with their own personal agendas. Sonko is using this historical warning as a mirror for the current presidency. True independence and sovereignty cannot just be a show. It cannot be about flying the flag, playing the national anthem, and sitting in comfortable government offices, while keeping the same old corrupt political habits alive. Sonko's message to the Faye administration is brutal. A nation can survive economic poverty, but it can never survive the total collapse of its public morality. When state institutions stop serving the masses and start becoming tools for elite comfort, fear, and political calculation, the republic is emptied of its meaning. The frontline reality of this split goes down to the promises made during the explosive 2024 elections. The citizens of Senegal took to the streets. Young people lost their lives, families wept, and hundreds were thrown into prison or forced into exile to bring this specific government to power. It was supposed to be a citizen revolution through the ballot box. But Sonko's speech reveals a dark reality that has plagued post-colonial Africa for generations. The terrifying ease with liberation movement turned into new systems of domination. So Sonko, when you look at what he's saying, he was trying to bring them back to what took them to the top. And you understand? Like sometimes they say, Dumaboko said, the system, you have to do this, do that, do that, do that. By the time you realize you are gone, it's not like his good friend, Captain Ibrahim Traore, who can just get up and make a decree and it becomes a law. So Sonko is bringing out the deep secrets, what splitted them. Before then, we heard rumors that he was doing their best to make sure that whatever promises they made to their people, looking at the lives they've lost, look at the way the youth were chanting, especially the speech that Faye gave us on his inauguration day. It gave us hope. We saw that we have finally found another way to be free. We have seen a way to take back the resources to change the lives of our people. But Sonko is saying that with all these things, they were just like reading the script, just like how any other democratic elected has been doing. So that was where the genesis of all these things we are seeing started, because he was trying to make sure they do as they have promised the people. Senegal was looking for a way to free itself. And now that they are back and they are doing the exact same thing they were fighting against, it's like Senegal isn't moving forward. And this is why they have to part ways. So we don't know the fate of Senegal. What will Senegal now face? Only time will tell us. But we hope that not only in Senegal, all over Africa, we have bold leaders like the ones in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and they will heed to the call of Paul Kagame, saying now they have to add value and be firm in taking decisions. It's better to say no to receive the sanctions today than to say yes for generations to come and suffer. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, and Senegal.